Hello. Hi. Good morning. Uh, it's a Monday, and it's a Monday. It's even though I'm not working, I still feel I guess, the annoyingness of it being a Monday. But hopefully, today, as I finish, or at least finish something in this map, I will not feel so much dread. So if you're feeling similar Monday dread, you're welcome to stay here as long as you like. Um, my toddlers are a little clingy today, or has been for this past weekend. So if she comes up, I might have to take a little break, or if I hear her being too distressed in the other room. But other than that, we can get to the map now. So the map looks a little different from last time when I left, when I ended the stream. I wasn't very happy with how I wasn't very happy with the scale of the housing and the structures and stuff, so I just made like slight changes. And basically I have a lot of like ideas in my head, and I just have to execute them today. So that's what I'm going to be kind of focused on, is properly structuring the village today. Also trying a new kind of music thing. It's going to repeat. It's a 30-minute playlist, so it's going to keep repeating. I'm guessing once or twice. So yeah, what was I going to say? So we have, as you can see, there's not one but 4 ponds kind of a thing. This would be like the main. So these are water reservoirs because. Okay, a little introduction before I jump into this. This is a village being built on a rock, or a plateau, kind of a high rock structure. Below is the forest, and it's a close-knit community that wanted to self-isolate and bring their temple and their rituals and their community, their kind of like peaceful community, up over here so that it's far from raiders or any kind of violence, I guess. They're pacifists for the most part, so they don't want to be involved in anything that greedy, corrupt kings would want to foist on them. And they just want to, like, all they want to do is live a peaceful life, or a purposeful life, I guess. The purpose being they want to raise their children, have a nice family, build a nice community, kind of a thing. So one of the things that I've thought about for a community like this that is self-sustaining and living high up on a rock is how they would harvest water, rainwater, because they don't have a natural source of water up on this rock. So initially I thought they would just have like one giant reservoir of water, and then the question came, how would they kind of use this water? Sarah sorry. Sarah in the last stream said that they should probably have like canal systems, which makes sense. But I was thinking maybe this canal system all connects to like smaller ponds throughout the rock, so that it's not like a and I was thinking they would have kind of like a very slight pressure system to keep the water flowing, so that there's no risk of stagnated water. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So this one is over here because it's going to be nearer to the farms, or like the crop cultivation areas. This is over here because it's nearer to, so the crop cultivation is going to be like around this ring. This one's over here because this is like the communal area, like kind of like the village square. I'm actually planning to, this is just as a placeholder, these, because I'm actually planning to draw it in and use color to color it in, because I want it to visually, of course, look a little different from the main reservoir. So that's what we'd be doing today, I think. I don't know how much we would finish today, but we might end up just doing the water, the ponds today, but that's okay. I am in no rush. Usually a map like this would take me 4 to 6 hours, which makes sense. Like, I wanted to finish this map within like 3 streams, but I think the problem was I changed my mind quite a bit throughout, so that's why I'm still stuck at this part. So yeah, we're in the village structure area. Okay, so I'm gonna create a new layer. It's gonna be an object. Yeah, because I'm gonna be creating a path. I wonder if it should be a path or if it should be, yeah, you know what, let's read. This is gonna be called canal system, I guess. And we're gonna have a sub layer, if that's possible. I don't think that is. We're gonna have a brush layer kind of under it, and this is going to be the water. That's gonna be the water. So let's start by first just sketching out the path for this. This is of course the temple. So the temple is at a higher incline, which kind of I guess adds to the movement part of the water. So just to think about how we connect this, it's gonna go connect here. I mean, I guess they could connect in like a triangle kind of a thing. I'm just thinking in terms of, oh, what is this? Why am I angry faced? I have, oh, it's because I pressed a hyphen. So the hyphen is my shortcut for changing my expression to angry face. So that ever happens, let me know. Also, what was the I'm just gonna put this in. All right. So yes, thinking about how we connect it. I feel like this feels a little bit too, you know, in line. I want to bring it down a bit. Bring it down a bit here, I guess. It's not exactly in the center. Which makes sense, because like this section of the rock would also, village would need water, but I might be overthinking it a bit. Okay, let's choose a water. What would be a good river water color? Let's see. Shallow water. Do we want it to be shallow? I mean, the canals would be shallow. Do you want it to be clear? Like, it feels more like ocean. I don't know if canals can be. I mean, it's not traditionally a canal. It is a stone inlaid thing though. So I feel like this blue is a very white sand underneath kind of a, like, that's the logic of why it's that color, right? So we need something that says is kind of man-made, like a man-made water structure. So I'm trying to find one that's, these are all, I guess there's only one water category. I'm trying to just making sure. So there's Fae. That's too blue. Okay, there's ocean, but it's low tide. And these are all, okay. Alright, so I've reached the end. Let's, okay, water. I think we'll just go for a dark blue kind of a thing. A green? Alright, fairy forest. I feel like a green would make it seem like there's, like it's not not healthy. So yeah, let's, maybe this one's fine. It's like the core colors. Wow, I shouldn't take so long to decide this, but let's pick this. Wait a second, I can see, actually that's fine. So we're gonna reduce the brush size. And then, so what's a natural, well, not natural, it is man-made, but what is the natural path that it would take? I wonder if I should go around like this so that it looks like the canal also fulfills the needs like across, the cultivation land and stuff. So probably it goes around here like that. But it doesn't make sense for it to go like all the way like that. So maybe like this, and then it goes here. So this area is probably going to be more, we could have a, this is going to be like a working because I don't want the housing clusters to be at the edge. So, all right, let's just start drawing this first. I'm going to be zoomed in just to make sure that the path makes sense. All right, so opacity we're good with. I don't know if I should change the brush. What does round soft mean? That's very small, actually. Oh, it's too smooth, right? I need it to be a bit more... What's that? What's hairy? Oh, I didn't mean to say it, but that's okay. By the way, we do have a channel point redemption thing for reminding me to save my work, because that's one thing, unless I accidentally do it, I don't do, and that's bad. We need to save. We're not working on something that auto saves, so you'll have to, I mean, I'll try and remember, but having a reminder every now and then is not bad. That's the default one, right? Okay, let's try that. I don't know how thick it would be, but it would be visible from like high up. Ooh, I think I have to do it in a single stroke because I don't want it to... I don't know if this will even make sense, but let's see. So you see this, right? Like it draws over it, so I'm gonna have to like color it somehow. Wonder if I should reduce the opacity. We're just gonna try, and I have to like experiment because I haven't done something like this in a bit. And then you have the water bit here. Just gonna roughly put it in so that it's marked out. So the other thing is I'm going to be putting walls around this. So once I put the walls around it, I'm going to properly color it in so it doesn't look... Okay. Something about this doesn't sit right with me, so I'm just trying to figure out what. Like, do I need to make it thinner? Is this too, like, obvious? I am so much at a loss right now. Let me think about this. I think it should be smaller. I think that's what my problem feels like. I'm just gonna roughly do this so that I can adjust it once I see the whole thing at once. You know what? Considering this is the incline, considering the temple and its structure on top of this higher part of the rock is not going to be touched. I'm not sure if you can hear sounds in the background, but We'll ignore that. Considering that this is at a higher range, I wonder if the main reservoir should be up there, and then it kind of flows down through and also it has to flow up for a shorter distance, because how are you gonna flow and then you're gonna put this down here and then it connects back here? So that it goes, actually, yeah, let's see. Oops. All right, now the question is, does this look man-made? I think we do need a connection here, just because if you want the water to be flowing in a flowing state, it has to be a loop. So then the question is, you know what? That makes sense. What if we do like a little waterfall kind of a thing over here, actually? Yeah. So I don't know if that would work, but like, and then it collects into this pool over here, right? So let's move this out here, actually. I wanna, I don't know if there's, oh, there is an eraser. Okay. Wow, I feel like it has to be, okay, remember the brush size was 16. This background sound, I got it from another streamer who used to do D&D. I don't think they do D&D anymore. I haven't seen their channel live in a long time. Okay, so this probably around here, considering. So again, this is not going to be I'm just gonna use this as a sort of background so I can actually draw that in. Okay, we don't want to erase anymore. Oops. What is with this brush? So unhappy with this. Okay, I'm just gonna not apply pressure, I guess. I don't know. Well, it's gonna be not round exactly, right? Because waterfall and stuff. So we're gonna have to make it like a pond thing. Just keeping this here for now. Oh, hi, Sarah. Welcome in. I am currently figuring out some things. Mondays are bleh. That's exactly how I started this stream. It's annoying, but we get through it. Yeah, this is the new chat widget. I'm glad. It looks nice. It's very cute. I grabbed it because the ears match the cat ears match the cat ears on this stream thing. It also matches my monitor cat ears. So it's like it's everything. All right, let's get a waterfall. What is this? What is that? Perhaps this would make sense. The only problem is how it's going to... that doesn't look good. Ooh, your watch streak. You're on a 7-stream streak. Wow. How did I figure out the music? These are from the D&D days. This is... So it's basically a 30-minute playlist. So it's gonna keep repeating, but it's not Spotify lo-fi. Yep, it is copyright free. I think. But no, I've used this for D&D as background music, so it works. Yeesh. What is this? Why? What? Whoa. I'm gonna have to find a waterfall image now. What is this? Okay, Lurk, go ahead. Yay. Have a nice lurk. Alright, I'm going to do this one. We're gonna keep it. I think the problem with that one is it's yeah. Maybe if I tried the other one, Fantasy Regional, and I looked for a waterfall here. Oh yeah. This is what I've been looking for. Maybe something more. So if I increase the size a bit. Oh, we're taking an ad break. This feels very fake. It doesn't feel like it belongs here. But I think if I change the color a bit... No. No, I need to make it... How do I change the color? I have to make it a bit more... Alright, we're gonna park this for a bit. we're gonna come back to this. This is a problem that needs some kind of solving that I don't have the, I guess, the bandwidth to do right now. We're just gonna mark it out. We're gonna mark out what it looks like. This doesn't look like finished product at all, but we're just gonna mark out what it looks like. Okay, so so we have this as a kind of, I guess that's what I need to do first. I need to just, oh hi Elmo, thank you for that. I am sitting like a shrimp, and I have to also drink water. Oh, I just realized my stream alerts are not showing up. I wonder where it went. Hi, hello. I am in a conundrum, so I'm just sketching things out, not actually placing things. Alright, and this goes... So, this... Oh, hold on, we didn't need this over here. Now that I think about it, perhaps this could go... Actually, no. Just put it back where it was. We're in a sketchy phase. We're in a sketching phase. So I'm not going to dwell on how things look right now. We'll see if this makes sense. Oh, I have to save. Okay. So we have this. We're gonna have the farms around over here on the sides or the edges. Then we're gonna have, perhaps this canal can kind of separate the areas. So on this side of the canal are all of the farms. On this side, maybe along the edges perhaps are all the kind of like the work areas. So like you have your granaries and mills and those kind of work structures. And then on the inner ring, oh hey, Terraria Fisherman, welcome. Oh, I don't have a D20. I don't have that command set up. But good idea. That is something I should do. I will set it up for the next stream. Welcome in. If you see anything and you have ideas, feel free to say them. Or feel free to just lurk around. That's fine too. I am creating a village on top of a rock. It's a rock Play-Doh, I guess, and then there's like a winding path around it that comes up to the top over here, and it's a self-sustaining, self-isolating village. And right now I'm in a very messy phase, which is figuring out how things look. Um, so yeah, this is a very I'm figuring it out all out kind of a stream. Okay. So I'm gonna place, so like I said, the outer ring's gonna be the farms or cultivation and those kind of areas. Along the canal would be the work areas, and then on an inner ring separated by trees, I guess, is going to be the housing clusters. So let's think about the housing clusters. I had a layer for that. Oh, I had a village zone. Okay, structures. I'm gonna name this housing structures. If I can type, that would be great. Okay. This is going to be an average house. This is going to be an average community kitchen dining hall kind of a thing. And we'll have three of these spread around, so probably one on this side, one over here, and one closer to the temple side. Okay. So let's focus on one housing cluster for now. Hit save. Yes. I actually don't have much changes right now. It's just 4 changes. Okay. Let's focus on a housing cluster probably around here. So, what kind of houses? Oh. We're looking at buildings or structures. I don't know if buildings is the right tag. Oh yeah, it is. So yeah, this is the kind of... Gonna zoom in a bit. Having a little, I guess, squares. Actually, let's not have this. This could be a work building. So, oh yeah, this. Wow, why is this so much bigger than the other two? It's larger. Right, trying to figure out what it would look like. Why is this so much larger? Do we have to reduce its size? Okay, that might work. Okay. Assumedly, that is a cluster. I think I needed to do. So my plan was we'll have about 7 to 10 clusters of housing around the village. So let's say if we are doing like 10 clusters, and each cluster is about 4 houses. And it's not like an individual family living in a single house. It's more of a I would say communal living system. So I'm not gonna say it's not like joint family, but it's more like people kind of have, they share all of their resources and all of their things, right? So yes, so but 3 to 4 houses per cluster. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, something like this. All right, let's do this. So now you have about 10 into, so like 40 houses, which should be plenty for a village of about 200 people. So, all right, now where do we, this is going to be, yeah, somewhere around here, I guess. One cluster. And okay, I think I should, no, I don't want to create a group because I want to randomly put them around. So to my brain right now, it looks so incomplete that my brain is like, no, this is so, doesn't feel cohesive enough, etc. So if you see me moving things around 100 times, it's because I have to trust the process more. Okay, control. I don't like the shadows that come under it. I think I have to, I wonder if there's a shadow. Oh yeah, there is. Layer shadow. I think I'll blur it a bit more and then we'll fix it like much later. Or probably turn off the shadows, if that's at all a thing I can do. Because the shadows make it feel like it's floating. Okay, that's better. Well, that makes it look weird. Okay, for the last time. What is this? Okay, Let's make it 5. All right, so is this a cluster? Is this enough? And I need one of these. So let's build it around. Oh my god. The problem with not grouping it is the fact that it's just going to keep. And I don't want it to be exactly like straight line symmetrical kind of stuff, because assuming that they're building around existing. Can you lock items in place? Yes, I can. I can lock layers. I can lock, I guess, by layers. Why? What should I lock in? Yeah, this. Okay, let's make this. So yeah, like I said, this is not going to be. I'm purposely not making it entirely symmetrical, because I'm gonna put like trees or something around so that it looks like it's. So this is going to be like in the center would be like a. Over here. So if this is the community kitchen for this housing cluster, or for this area, that's going to be like a big, like a small little ground, open ground area. I need to save. There's 63 changes. And that's going to be a place where, you know, I guess like kids play and people hang out. If you're not going to the main village square. Yeah, this one is. What am I going to do with this one? Okay. Okay, this is not. What if I flip it? No. Yeah. Ah, music stopped. I think it's. What's happening with this? Oh, it's this one. It takes a while to start up, or the okay. This I am going to stop obsessing over right now. So a couple, what? So like 3 areas like this around this place. I know it feels like there's a lot of space in between, but I think if I fill it up with trees and structures like that, it'll not look so spaced out. But again, I don't want it to be closely like packed tight, because it's not that kind of a place. It's not a city. So yeah, now I'm gonna just copy paste this to let's create a group. What is it called? I'm just gonna name that. Doesn't matter. Alright, so we have, I'll adjust what the size of things look like. I have one just placing it, and another one on around this area. Okay, so this one, enter group. So this one's obviously, it looks like, so it's like closer to the work buildings that's going to be on this side. Okay, so I'm just gonna change how things look around here. Yes, today's stream is a very busy stream, in the sense it's a lot of put your head down and work kind of a stream, which fits for a Monday because it's a annoying day. Trying to do something different with this cluster. I love this track. It's very calming to listen to. I just feel like ambience music is the best for like making maps and stuff. It's funny because when I first started doing this map making stream, like 2 streams back, I was listening to lo-fi and I'm like, it keeps clashing with my, like, it keeps clashing. And then I remembered, like, when I actually make maps for D&D without, like, if it's off stream and stuff, I listen to the background sounds that would go for that map just to get into the feel of it. So it's like, why don't we just listen to that? I said I would not do symmetric, but it looks like this little cluster is very symmetrical. Well, not symmetrical, it's just clean lines. So that's 3. I think I can use this a couple more these kind of houses. in here. Okay. Okay. That looks like a much smaller cluster, but I'm guessing this would be more like, you know, if you had more, because it's closer to the edge, so it's more of like the working population of this village. Just a little closer. Okay. So that's done. I'm now gonna work on the third cluster. Okay. This one's gonna be... Oh, I have to get out of that one. This one's gonna be... It's kind of like by the waterfall, and so it's gonna be a little bit more... I don't know. Let's see what shape it takes. Oh, that's too close. I feel like I have to count how many houses there are now. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna move this a bit. Okay. What? All right. There's an ad going on. Okay. Trying to fix things here. I am going to save this. Whew. I gotta stretch. And we're changing music also. So this is at the foot of the incline. It goes up to the temple. So I'm guessing it's more of like temple acolytes, temple workers living around in this area or in this cluster. And I want this to be like I guess the older part of the village, because the settlement, the people would have come here with the sole intention of setting up their temple on this big higher side of the rock, because the secret lore is that they have treasures and secret sacred rituals, and it's like a mix of both riches as well as secret magic. And this is one of the primary reasons why they want to get away from other people, because new kings keep coming up and everyone wants them to kind of, I guess, assimilate into their cultures, but then they're like, there's a reason we're not doing that. And the reason, well, you could say technically the reason is, ancient religion, ancient traditions, etc. But as is often the case, as we've seen in history, the main reason is the fact that they have treasures that need to be protected. And not like treasures, but more like heirlooms and things like powerful artifacts that could do harm in the hands of the wrong people. So that is the whole reason why they're like, so I'm coming back to this part of the village. If this temple was the first thing they created, and the temple was one of the primary reasons why like a part of that community came up here to like start building, then this village at the right outside the incline, or like right outside the second higher part of this rock, would be the first settlement, I guess, like the first few buildings and stuff. So this structure would have to be a little older. It has to be a little bit more, I guess, haphazard, because it's not like a very, very fully planned area. It's more like buildings that they created as they needed. So to keep up with that, I think I have to do a little bit of it's going to look odd for me because nothing is going to be straight lines, but it should be immediately, and then of course when we write the lore for this, it will be immediately obvious that this was the older part of the village. Older buildings, older kind of older ways of living, I guess, because the assumption is that it's the religious people who came here first, like the acolytes, temple helpers, temple builders, all of them, the priests and stuff. And then once they established this place and created enough adequate protection, basically when they made sure that things are safe is when they brought the whole village, the whole community up here. So they would have been here for like a while. So this community kitchen does not, so this place doesn't have like a kind of like a gathering ground or anything of that sort. Just that we'll say is like an intentionally planned thing that came up with the later community kitchens. This is just like utility, like you have your home, place to live, and you have your kitchen. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I should like skew them in different angles. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but maybe try and create like a sort of like a circle. Let's put this. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So I'm gonna save this. I think if I count the clusters, the number of housing, I'm gonna see it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's see. Yeah, it comes up to around like, I guess, 40. So okay, that doesn't, yeah, let's just keep it at this for now. So let me zoom out a bit. That is definitely a smaller cluster. So that's going to be the temple. It's closer to the temple. This is closer to like the working places. I think I should move this slightly like higher up. Just so it's like evenly spaced out, I guess. They're also each near a water source, which works out. I wonder if we need more housing clusters. What do you think? I feel like there's... I mean, I still have to put all of the work structure, so maybe that would kind of... Oh yeah, the other idea I had, which I hope I can execute somehow, is sort of like the central area, not exactly in the center, but like a little off center, would be the I want it to be like kind of like a, again, this is a later construction in the village, right? So it's kind of like a, well, I'm gonna say Zen garden, but it's not a garden, it's like a forest. It's not, it's like trees and like there's, it's a communal hangout spot, but also just a place of peace and tranquility. And around that is where you'll have like your communal areas of like entertainment and learning, healing, all of those kind of things. So I think I can sort of put that structure into place right now. And I see what would it go under? I guess this one. Yeah. So I think we start with a tree forest kind of thing. So we're doing like, you know how all of the, especially like these kind of communities you would imagine would have an important, but I don't want it to also be that obvious that like not an important tree that they're building their village around, but more like deliberately created tranquility spots, because this is not their original home. They moved here. It's not like this is where generations of their people have lived. It's more like, think of uh like the Marvel movies like Thor Ragnarok, where they've had to move out of their place and move to like another place that kind of, oh, Moni's watching the stream. I I hope the music makes her feel calm. So yeah, that's the kind of, so things are, other than like the initial things. So yeah, everything is kind of deliberate. You're getting ads about cat food? Well, that's probably why Moni's watching it. Ads about cat food that are meant for cats to be like, why am I not getting this food? What kind of trees with this? I don't know if bonsai trees, but I feel like this. Oh wow, is it so small? It's so tiny. It's not showing up. I mean, why not? Let's increase the size and place it. It's not gonna be called a bonsai tree, but it's gonna be. Does that make sense size-wise? Probably not. How about, I'm gonna say 60? That might make sense. So assuming that area is somewhere like here. Just gonna place, so this is more of creating a structure than actually detailing it, so that's why I'm just randomly placing things around. So there will also be like a water body thing over there. So that's the boundaries of that area. And now I'm going to place the work areas. I am going to save. But I feel like overall this stream was a little productive because we are able to place things, kind of get a structure in hand. I still have to name this place. And I'm trying to think. So probably next stream, which is going to be my birthday stream, we'll probably finalize this map and kind of create a bit of lore, or like finalize the lore, also name it. name the areas too, because that's something I'll have to do. So offline, I'll just clean up the map, just do all of the housework on this map, but so that by Wednesday we have something of a more finished map, which just needs names and things like that. So for that stream, so I was thinking there were two options. One is I would continue this map and finish it, like with the names, or I would take chat suggestions and start a new map. But I'm thinking this map wouldn't have enough of a closure if I did that, so we'll focus on closing this loop. What was I going to do? I was going to get housing structures again. So buildings. Okay, so work structures are going to be, that's when I'm going to use all of these round slate roofs and let's make it 7, right? The round ones and also the circular ones, the huts. These are all perfect. And I'm not going to specify what each structure is. I'm just going to say like this cluster is for, processing, I don't know, blueberries, because they have pretty much a big cultivation of berries, which is one of their most important special berries that they've kind of organically cultivated over generations. Special fruits kind of a thing. So that is something that they would probably work a lot on. All right, so let's start with, okay, let's start over here. I'm gonna randomly place them along as it comes, just so that it doesn't look like it's, so that I can fill it up with other kinds of structures later. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go around doing this. I'm not thinking of where. Wow, the only one that I'm getting. Okay. And again, I have to draw the walls for the canal and stuff. Bunch of buildings out here, I guess. Alright, now let's get another type. We could do these. Yeah, I think I could do a hut. Or these, bay bark. These could be like bigger structures. Oh, it's tinier. Okay, that's fine. All right. Again, the shadows are a little throwing off, but oh. Bay bark. Okay. Okay, the housing structure needs shadows. Looks weird. A little bit. Okay. I'm gonna save. Now we have these. Actually, I'm gonna let this be. I will change the shape of these things. Or not. um, oh my god, I placed it in housing structures. Okay, I'll clean that up later. Okay, so I'm leaving this space to be free because it's gonna be maybe the work. It does need, like, all of these are good places to for cultivating crops. So let's get maybe square structures, rectangles. So I like that this kind of also creates a ring around. Okay, let's put that. This is huge. It creates a ring around, like I didn't want to actually create rings or like an outer ring and an inner ring and all of that, you know, like very obviously with stone bricks or like brick walls. So this kind of, I feel like, naturally does it. Where do I put this one? This looks a little out of place. Perhaps we can have one here. Nope. I don't like how it looks. This one is so out of place. Alright, we're gonna move this. A little bit to here. Alright, now this is kind of done. Saving it. Oh, there's an ad starting in 2 minutes. Just saying. Okay, if I zoom out now. So, housing cluster, work village. I feel like the housing should be a little bit a little more inward. Close to it, but not close enough. This can be where it is, being as the first settlement and all of that. Sometimes I wonder what I would do with, like, the spaces in between. Has this naturally become the center? Yeah, it has, kind of. Or, I don't know. Hey, Chaz, hi. Welcome in. How is it It is, I've kind of placed all of the structures today. And it's all, like, not finalized yet. I have to create walls around this canal system. I have to make something like a waterfall out here. I have to create like a Zen forest thing here. And I have to create the farms. So yeah, and I have to also place the temple. So there's a bunch of things, but it is coming along, yeah. I just have to probably do the coloring and shading in bit next stream, which is going to be the birthday stream. So that nothing special, just a little, I mean, we'll see how it is. Very well watered rock. Yes, it is, because now we've used a canal system with a light pressure system so that the water keeps moving around and it's not stagnant, so there's no health issues with stagnant water, along with a little waterfall out here. Yes, and my birthday next Wednesday, or the coming Wednesday. So I'll just do a short little stream in the morning. And I will be naming this island. I mean, I thought of naming it today, but we'll also name it on Wednesday. And also naming areas on this rock. Okay, there's an ad going on, so I'll speak after that. What? Okay, where's the village? Village. Oh, housing structures. Okay. And I think we should place the temple now. Let's see. What would seem like a temple? I'll need that wood, but I don't want to use that. Ooh, maybe something in this. I'll have to change the color of the roof, but what about this? I'll have to create some kind of a structure. So yes, as I was saying before, I think everyone went for an ad. I am now going to place the temple. I just have to find a nice enough structure for it. These look so good. Yeah, I might go for something like that. Because if I go for these, I'll have to change the color, so it's not like gothic. What else could I use? Okay, so I'll have to make some kind of a shape for this. Why is it like this? What is the reason for it to be an edge? Or something like that. Like why maybe this can be like, and yes, the temple is on this rock. Sort of overlooking the village. I want there to be something like a... Yeah, I think I'll have to combine. This looks nice. So I'll have to make these two the same color. Or not. Let's... What if I used one of those Eastern roofs? And then I increase the size a bit, maybe. Let's say 15. That's too big. Okay. Oops. I made that 1%. What else? Maybe I should make a structure with just something like this. So, what would a temple in a community like this be like? So, I'm imagining that there will be, you know, their main... trying to think of what I should model it on. Like, I want there to be a walled courtyard kind of a thing. And then the temple itself sits in the center. And of course, but these are things I can't put on the map, but according to the lore of the temple, there's obviously going to be an underground cave system that they've made, which is where they keep all of their treasures and their powerful artifacts and things like that. So while on the outside it just looks like a courtyard with a building in the center, of course it will be decorated and stuff, but like the real engineering marvel, I guess, for this community comes from the underground structure, or the structure that's underneath the temple. part of the reason why they, I guess, put this temple on the top, because yeah, like a cave system. So I feel like they would have discovered that there is kind of a cave system that already exists naturally on this part of the rock. It's, I forgot what it's called, but there was, let me look that up. There is this thing that has, it's like it I think it's called a cenote, like Cenote. It's a natural sinkhole formed by the collapse of limestone bedrock, but that exposes groundwater underneath, so probably not on a volcanic rock structure like this, but it's like something of that sort. There is an existing limestone cave structure. Posture check. Yes, thank you for that, Elmo. I do need to stretch. That's a bit... I've been sitting in this position for a bit. So yeah, so I think I should just make a kind of like a courtyard structure. Let's do that with maybe with this one. So I'm gonna have to reduce the size because courtyard itself isn't, and it is a walled courtyard, which means you can, there's this that you can walk through. And oh, okay, Chaz, go ahead. It is Monday. Everybody has work and it's annoying. Okay, let's... Why does this not seem... I feel like it's not gonna fit. I'm gonna have to reduce the size. Okay. It looks so I have to change the color, but no, I think I will do it with another structure. Perhaps something like this. Okay. Let's not... Okay. How about... How about this be like a courtyard, and but like an entrance courtyard, you know? So okay. Oh my god, this is a little bit annoying. Maybe there's and then we have okay, I'm just gonna place things and see how we... fix it afterward. I'm gonna have to zoom in. There's no actual structure of this sort, so I have to actually make a mix. This goes down a sub layer. Oops, I meant down. And twice, so move down sub layer twice. Will there be like a village chief? Yes, there would be a village chief. This is like a regular village, but more like not chiefs, but like matriarchs. So there would be like village elders, and it'll be like a council of elders, because this is a kind of a matriarchal society, so they're not gonna have like one head, but more like, and I feel like that helps, because all the decisions are not being made by one person. It's being made by a council of elders who are able to provide like different perspectives to things, and then they come to a conclusion, which is how I think people should be doing, which is how some governments are made up, but they're not always doing that. So yes, their houses are going to be among the people. So there is going to be like so that's what the village square is for. It's like there'll be one section where all of these elders, like how I like the concept of like old Indian villages where you had this one place, central tree or something, that all of the village elders sit around and people come to them with issues and then they solve it, So like every evening, that's what they do. And I feel like that's what this community would also do. Trying to not make this become Mickey Mouse. So I'm trying to see what I can do with... What if I did like a... Oops. Okay. It is becoming Mickey Mouse. Or not, like, okay, move this down. Move down a sublayer. Okay, I should figure out what the shortcut for that is. Control that. Control down, I guess. Okay. Has to go down one more. Oh, this goes down one more. So I'm gonna so it's gonna be zoomed out. I'm just gonna have this placed a bit more. I'm just trying out and see. Come inside, it's fun inside. Yes. Don't remind me of that song. I'm trying to see what works out with this. This temple has turned out to be a bit bigger than I imagined. Oh, perhaps it could connect over here. I don't know what this is becoming. Maybe don't connect it because now it looks... So what? There's like... I could remove this. One sec. I'll just place that there. So this is going to be like a lower section of the rock. That's probably where all of the common rituals would take place, right? And this is like the main village, I mean, the main temple. And it's not like it's just the villagers who come. There's actual people who have the who believe, who would also come, like from outside. And it's not like they're going to be like, no, you're not allowed here. Because they are self-isolating in terms of like how they want to live, but they're also not going to say no to other people coming and wanting to spend some time in the temple or in the village, which is obviously how the party is going to get there when they do this campaign. And the whole reason why I assume a party would come here is because they have heard of a... I mean, there's different ways. The whole point of putting a powerful or a bunch of powerful artifacts under this temple is to it because they're all seeds for what might happen. Oh, I could do this. Yeah, I could do this. Let's go down one layer. Well, that makes sense now. So it's like a... This is like the entrance structure kind of a thing. And there's going to be a stairs or like a rough stairway that goes further up into this area. And then you enter the temple from one of these sides entrances. And there's also a courtyard kind of a thing here. So I don't want to detail it too much right now, but this is the structure. Some of it is a little... I'll fix the wonkiness later. But oh my god, 125 changes. Chat is not telling me to save. Okay. Alright. So this... Hold on. The scale doesn't make sense compared to the rest of the structures. We need this temple to be a bit more bigger and imposing. So right now it's at a 5. Let's make it... Oh gosh. I'm gonna group it. Let's make that a little bit bigger. It feels very spiky. And I know that the roof here looks like it's going off of that edge, but I'm guessing that's how it is. It's like kind of off the edge. All right, I think I'll fix the scale and everything a bit later. But this is what the temple structure is gonna look like. So now what's left? So I've done the housing clusters, the work structures, the temple, the canal, the central Zen forest, which I've just got the structure down, not the actual details. That's actually pretty good for nearly 2 hours. I didn't get too distracted, and I didn't overthink and spiral too much. But this is pretty good. So now what's left is to make the canal walls, make this waterfall. But these are all painting, drawing kind of stuff, so that's why I've left it for like later. Also the farms, which also is something that I have to paint in. And then putting generally like trees, and maybe think of some other structures, because we do need the communal areas and stuff like that around here. This is going to be like the village square kind of place. So that's what's left. Painting in, canals, farms, fixing or doing the inner ring, which is the communal structures, and that would be it. And then of course the final shading and all of that. So for the next stream, that's what I'm going to focus on. I will do a bit of and it is the birthday stream, so I will probably take suggestions for names, and each of these clusters would have a name, and we'll also decide what I guess we can also slowly talk about the lore, finalizing the lore, what kind of deity, what kind of people live here, what kind of a lifestyle do they have. So we can kind of talk through that as I do all of the painting and shading bits next stream. But yeah, I think I will stop the stream now. I'm actually gonna stop it before the ads come on in like 4.5 minutes. So yeah, I hope you had a nice time. Let me know. I don't know if repeating the same 3 tracks throughout the stream was nice, because there's definitely certain ambience that it puts up, so I'll try and find something more, a few more. At least make it 6 so that it makes, an hour, and then everything gets repeated just once. Bye, Sarah, Elmo, and everybody else who joined. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you had a nice time. I will see you on Wednesday for my birthday stream. Before that, I do have to raid. This is what I forgot to do last time. So let's go raid somebody. Looking at Dungeons and Dragons streamers, we have a lot of people. Oh, there's somebody else who's doing prep. So maybe we could go there, so that we are not, and they just started like 35 minutes maybe, so we don't go and like disrupt someone's D&D session. I would not want to do that. So let's go raid this person, Robbie Landis. I don't have a raid message on. Do we have any, Sarah? I'm just gonna say, well, I didn't prepare this, but here's what I think we should do. Where is it? Where is my okay, so I have raid message on. I'm just gonna paste it in this. We can see if yeah, this is the not handy, I'm worky. Okay, this is what we could put as a raid message. Totally optional if you want to. And all right, so let's go. Let's raid. Thank you so much for joining. I am going to start the raid now.